My name is Amanda and welcome to The Done Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we're going to be doing an in-depth dive into who your soulmate is. And I just want to preface this by saying we have many different soulmates in life. I'm kind of trying to focus on a romantic soulmate, but if you aren't looking for romance, you can just pertain this information to a soulmate. So this could be someone you already know, someone you haven't met yet. Even in the romantic department, we may eventually get together with multiple different soulmates throughout a lifetime. So if this sounds like someone you already know, chances are it probably is them. But if it doesn't sound like anyone you know, this may be a soulmate you have yet to meet. So if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy and focus in on pile number 1 with the alien, pile number 2 with the mermaid baby, and pile number 3 with the Care Bear with a gift. And once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. So remember, these are general readings and only take what resonates for you in your situation and leave the rest behind. Now, without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's go ahead and find out some information about your soulmate. And as always with my pick a card readings, we're going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards and then get additional guidance from the oracle cards. Okay, so to start out, we have the Awakening card, which is the traditional judgment card in the tarot, and we also have the Sun card. So together, this is so interesting. I absolutely love this. And it's funny because I don't actually look at the piles before I put them down, but I see now it's so fitting that I use the little alien for pile number 1, and we'll get into why. This is so cool. So with this Judgment card, or Awakening as it's called here in the Muse Tarot, this is just calling someone to awaken to their divine nature, to their more soul aspect, their higher self. So this soulmate of yours is somebody who understands they may be a human being, but that's not all they are. They are a soul. They come from higher realms. This person is tapped in. This person understands that they are only in this world, but not of it. All the other cliches you could throw at this is this person, this is what this represents, but this person is on a spiritual journey. They are on the path to ascension in this lifetime, and they are somebody who, where you're concerned, they're going to help you learn to love and accept and forgive yourself, because with the two of these together, this is a very Jupiter energy. This person expands possibilities in both their own life and in your life when you are with them. And, you know, if you're taking this as a more general soulmate, not a romantic soulmate, just you being with them, their energy is infectious. This goes both ways, but their energy is infectious to you, and your energy is infectious to them. You guys just expand the silliness. You expand the deep conversations. You expand the seriousness. Whatever it is you guys are focused in on together, it's expanded by having both of your awareness and attention on that. And just as I said that and looked at this little alien guy here, expanding, when the two of you come together and expand, that could look like having children together, raising a family, or at the very least having a pet that you have in common that you are supporting and loving and raising in that way. But with this Sun card, you know, this just makes everything so illuminated and beautiful, and the Sun is all about positivity and just being really successful in whatever endeavor it is you're doing. So this person, whatever it is they shine their light on, it becomes something better. It becomes something more. When you bury a seed and then you just leave it in the dark, it can stay there for, you know, sometimes years. It's the sun that is the one that coaxes it up from underneath the surface. That is how this is working for you. This person coaxes you into learning to, you know, forgive yourself, forgive others, accept yourself, and even, you know, helping you awaken spiritual aspects of yourself. That's what this person does. They shine the light in all the dark places, is what I just heard. And it's like with the sun, the sun does cast shadows, but it brings everything that's dark, it really shines that light on it. If you're taking my little ring light here and you see these kind of darker shadows cast by, we'll call that the sun. We have some darker shadows here, but it's not all dark so that we can't see anything. That sun or that light is shown to really illuminate the darkness. It really points out the shadow side of themselves and of yourself and of the world. So it's really easy to see, maybe not easy, but it's really shown what needs work, where the shadows are. And a lot of times we can't fix something if we don't know it exists. So this person is really good at shining light on what is hidden to make it come to light. This person is very, I just heard the word tribal. They may have had past lives where they lived in a tribal community, but this person really just could be drawn to documentaries about different tribes, or they could be themselves a Native American or Central American, South American, African, anywhere where there still are tribes in today's society. They may be, like 1/8 Native American or something like that. They just have tribal roots, like the roots. I just see the roots really growing down and going deep. But this is somebody who's been to this planet many times, but they're not originating from this planet, if that makes sense. So this is where the word starseed comes in. And by now, some of you guys may be thinking, well, this person sounds just like me. This is like I'm getting a reading about myself. Well, that's all by design, because this person shines that light within you as you do within them and expands it. And you guys are really good mirrors of each other. So this person could go beyond soulmate and be an actual twin flame to you. And that's why you're seeing so much of yourself in this reading, is because they are a beautiful reflection of you and the light that shines within you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a couple of our oracle cards out to play. Oh, wow, this is so cool. Okay, so like I was saying about, twin flame energy, opposition and balance, to me, twin flames represent kind of two sides of the same exact coin. So that balance card, that opposition, really makes sense to me. And even one of the keywords on here is mirror, and we have a giant mirror here. This is beautiful, but the one caveat I have to this is you two will trigger each other like no one else. But it's not a trigger where, they trigger you or you trigger them and then you never speak again. This is a very healthy kind of triggering. Like you can, without even meaning to, is what I'm hearing. Just without even meaning to, you guys trigger each other to become better. It's not you're triggering each other to, rub it in that you haven't changed your ways yet, or they haven't changed their ways yet, or they're not good enough, or anything like that. This is just helping each other level up, is what I'm hearing. You guys just want to help each other get to the next level. And at times, that's a balancing act. You can't just go up a level like you're levitating up to the next level. A lot of times you kind of have to unbalance those scales to, get up to that next level, and then you can bring that scale back into balance. And then when you want to level up, you kind of go out of balance again. I hope that makes sense. I'm seeing it in my head, but I'm not sure if that's actually registering in the words that I'm saying. But then we have the Sagittarius card and the Cancer card. And I personally follow and use Vedic astrology for my own personal life and just in readings that I do and stuff. So to me, this really makes a lot of sense to the, as per the Vedic system. I always look at the 9th house or Sagittarius as more the father energy. I mean, there are hints of the father in the 10th house as well, don't get me wrong. But when I think father house in a chart in Vedic astrology, I'm automatically thinking 9th house or Sagittarius. And as traditional in both Vedic astrology and Western, Cancer represents that 4th house or that mother energy. So again, what I was saying, going back to the little baby here, little alien guy here, you guys may be a mother and a father, or a motherly divine feminine energy and a divine masculine energy coming together to create a family or a child. That this is like why you guys incarnated, to bring this child forth, because this child is of a higher dimensional frequency or light or vibration, this child is going to do beautiful things for this earth and bring it back into balance. And it's going to be a balance of your energy, their energy coming together. But, as far as this person goes, we're getting more into who they are as a person. They may have prominent placements within their Sagittarius or 9th house or their 4th house or wherever Cancer falls in their chart. And they may have a lot of oppositions in their chart. They may have a really loaded 6th house and a really loaded 12th house, those two balance points. Or a really loaded 1st house and a really loaded 7th house. Or, take all the ones that oppose each other throughout the whole chart and, apply it there. But it could be that, Cancer and Sagittarius aren't quite opposites or opposing, but their energies are very different. So we'll get into this. The fact that this person just may have two really beautiful and almost opposing parts of their, their personality. So that could make them a Libra ascendant, and that might be why they are here to learn to balance. That might be something very important, because a Libra, as a contrary to common knowledge, Libras aren't the most balanced sign in the zodiac, especially a Libra ascendant, which I myself am a Libra ascendant. But this energy of needing to balance, that's what I incarnated to learn to do for the most part, is to learn to balance. Balancing things and keeping all my balls juggled in the air is so hard for me. So that might be the same thing for this person. They just may really struggle with trying to balance. So Libra ascendant, Libra moon, Libra sun. But in that struggle of that balance, they're always trying to put people before them or put other people first. So that's really beautiful. So we have here with the Sagittarius, I'm really being drawn to the fact that this person is very lucky, because we were talking about that Jupiter energy earlier, and just this person may want to travel the world, or they have traveled the world. Long distance travel is the 9th house, so this person may have seen the 7 wonders of the world, or it's on their bucket list to see all these really beautiful, going back to that tribal thing I was getting, just wanting to see maybe where their roots were, or roots of maybe where they lived in a past life, and they don't really understand why they're so drawn to Egyptian or Sumerian culture, or I'm seeing especially Central and South American, maybe even southwest of the United States, different tribes and different places through there that they feel really called to go visit. But this person is very philosophical, and I don't think they are religious by any means, but they may have grown up in a religious home, but they are very, very spiritual. And I don't think this is just your basic New Age spirituality. This person doesn't like labels on what they are or what they believe in. They just like to keep it open. It's I don't want to think out of the box. I don't even have a box. So there is a little bit of Aquarian energy or Aquarius energy coming in here. So they may actually have Jupiter in Aquarius. That makes a lot of sense to me. But this person, like I was saying, is very lucky. They love to travel. They may be those risk takers. We do have an airplane here, which there is travel, yes, but I'm also seeing someone wanting to jump out of a plane and do some skydiving. But on the other side of that personality we were talking about is the Cancer part of them, or the doula, the motherly energy. She is pregnant here, so there is a lot of symbolism for motherhood, parenthood, having a child. But this person is in touch with their feelings, and they're not afraid to be vulnerable when it's, when the right people are around. They're not someone who's just going to cry in public and wear their heart on their sleeve with everybody, because they do have that Sagittarius that's really kind of trying to not cancel that out, but balance that out, balance right here. But they love to be able to show their feelings to people they love. They may be into natural birthing or wanting to live a more natural type of lifestyle, because this is the doula card. But they are very protective and intuitive, because, Cancer is ruled by the moon, the mother. So we've got moon energy, we've got Jupiter energy. And as I'm saying that, you may have your moon conjunct or opposite their Jupiter, or vice versa. It's it's very beautiful energy. I just love what I'm seeing. Or they themselves could have Moon and Jupiter conjunct or opposition, or in some sort of aspect where the Jupiter's really expanding that intuition with the Moon energy. But yes, this person may love to even stay up all night and then want to sleep during the day, and that's what I'm getting a lot from this balancing card here. But this person can be moody at times as well, because, you know, with the Moon energy, you have that possibility to be moody and maybe even defensive, but absolutely always family oriented. This person puts family above everyone. Sometimes, you know, almost like to their own detriment, like they'll put, you know, their brother's needs ahead of theirs, or their sister's needs ahead of theirs, or, you know, always helping their parents or something like that, where a lot of times they go without because they're trying to help their family, their immediate family especially, but even extended family as well. And I think my dog is sniffing under the door. Let me go check out what's going on over here. Okay, so that's all straightened out. I got the door closed and I think we're good now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some additional guidance from the rest of your oracle cards. Okay, you guys, so I never look at the cards before, so I never have any clue what it's going to look like when I lay them out. I just use my intuition to pick decks and then to try to figure out how many cards from each deck and how many decks, and it never lines out perfectly, but you're not here for perfection. You're here for some answers. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm really being drawn to two things here. I'm going to move this down so you can actually read these. But first we have the True Love card. This is the romance of a lifetime. So for me, this also has very heavy past life vibes. What we were saying with, you know, just twin flame energy. A lot of times twin flames and soulmates alike will incarnate lifetime after lifetime after lifetime together. So you've definitely met this person before in a past life. You may already know them in this life, but I think it's about a 50-50 split. Some of you know them, some of you don't. But then with this here, it says, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So you may actually meet this person through a friend, or this person starts out as a really good friend and then this relationship evolves into something extra. And right as I said that, I see her laughing over here like friends with benefits. So that may be how some of you guys started out. Like you maybe met this person years ago and you were friends and you thought, I would never date that person. They're like really fun to be with and all of that, but I just couldn't see myself with them. But, you know, continuing on with this card with her laughing, it does say laughter. So this person is hilarious. This person really has a sense of humor. And a lot of times they may have such a sense of humor that they'll tell a joke or say something and it goes over almost everybody's heads. So a lot of times they may have to like explain why what they said was funny or what it meant. And then when you understand, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. But a lot of times this person is just so serious about the way that their sarcasm rolls out that a lot of times people are like, is that guy serious? Is she serious? Like what's going on here? And that's really funny. But I just heard also laughter is the best medicine. So this person may have had to use comedy or laughter as a crutch to get through a lot of hard times in their life, because it is next to the addict card here. So this person may have dealt with or continues to struggle with addiction. It's one of the things that they came here to learn. It's very Pisces energy, which we were talking about Jupiter for quite a bit in this reading, and Jupiter does rule Pisces. So this person may want to escape through the use of hallucinogenic drugs or plant medicine, ayahuasca, or you know, maybe they've been caught up in the world of drugs, maybe even alcohol. But you know, in the picture here, this person's pushing it away, like, you know what, I can overcome this addiction. So this person either already has overcome this by the time you meet them, or they will eventually overcome it, and they will not just overcome it, but they will really thrive in their life once they overcome addictions. And it doesn't have to just be drugs or alcohol. This could be food, this could be, you know, porn, this could be watching TV or scrolling social media. I mean, there are many, many different things people can be addicted to in this world. But then we have the storyteller card, which for me really goes well with the laughter. this person is someone who loves to tell a story. They may have such an interesting life that everyone tells them, you need to write a book about your life. You need to write your memoirs. And they're like, well, I'm only 25 and I don't think anyone wants to buy memoirs from a 25-year-old, or whatever the case may be. But eventually this person may publish books or publish poetry. Again, with that Pisces energy, with the Jupiter I'm feeling, and then also Cancer, there's that water, that cups energy. They want to put their emotions into written or spoken word in some way. So maybe just telling people their story really inspires other people. That could be looking like a motivational speaker, especially if they've overcome a lot of hard things and addiction. That makes a really great motivational speaker, because this person has been on both sides, opposition. They've been on both sides of those tracks. They've been on the side of addiction and then the side of recovery in some way. So then we have the Soul Solitude card, and it says here, your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet. A place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. So this person, I feel, is absolutely looks or feels extroverted on the outside, but they are an introvert at heart. They love being near people they can inspire, or people that inspire them, or people they love, people they cherish. But they also need that downtime where they are by themselves, tapping in. There's this high heart chakra area that is illuminated and going upward, like they are connecting to their soul family, their star family. So this person needs time to meditate and just be spiritual and just be alone and immersed in only their energy, to where other people's energy isn't bombarding them and confusing their connection, is really what I'm seeing. So this person probably is an empath and probably has really struggled to deal with people who want to drain their energy or use them, or they're so drawn to their storytelling and their laughter and their light that this person may have friends that want to hang out like 24/7, and they're like, I'd love to, but I need to just have a chill night at home with my significant other, or I need to just have a chill night at home by myself to just recuperate, recharge my batteries. So as far as looks go, to me, this person they feel very natural in the way they wear their hair, the way they dress. Even they may want to seek out really natural fibers in the clothing they're wearing. They may want to drive, if they have a vehicle, they want to drive something that's more environmentally friendly. And then others of them are more eclectic. I see both sides. They're natural yet eclectic. Like maybe when they decorate their office or their home, they want, very natural fibers, natural things, but they want some funky in there, because look at this person in the storyteller card. There is a lot of funky patterns going on. And then we also have music back here. Music is probably very important to this person. They themselves may be a musician. But I'm seeing a lot of sandy brown hair to almost black hair for the males you're asking about. And as far as females go, we've got melanated to non-melanated. We've got red hair, we've got black hair, we've got every hair color in between, even some kind of strawberry blonde going on here. So this person, this is a general reading, so the looks are going to be very, very scattered and vague, I'm thinking, for this group especially. But this person just feels to me like they want to be as natural as possible, but still have their personality showing through in the way they dress, the way they look, with the funky colors, funky patterns, maybe even the way they decorate their home. Maybe every different room in their house has a different theme. They just feel very fun and lighthearted as well. So as far as height goes, this person feels like they are at least of a medium height, if not on the taller side of, average to taller is really what I'm seeing, and average build. So they're not really heavy, but they're not really skinny, somewhere in the middle, balanced. We're getting balanced vibes here again. I really wanted to go in depth with this, so I do hope it resonated and that you feel like if you don't already know this person, I hope you feel like you will recognize them when you see them, because they are a very unique and fun and lighthearted person to be around. It's just good energy all around, and the relationship you two will have together will be very, triggering at times, but balancing. It'll balance you guys out. It'll be beautiful. It is true love, so you may end up with this person for life, or when this person is in your life, they really touch your life in such a way that years down the road, you'll look back and be like, I remember our love, I remember our relationship together. It won't be one of those relationships where you cut them off and you never want to see or hear from them again. You'll still want to know that they're doing okay, and you'll still be rooting for them if you guys do decide, if I could speak, do decide to end it, eventually, or have already ended it, and this is someone that's an ex that's still a friend of yours, something like that. But for most of you, this feels like a big true love, a love of a lifetime, and a love you can really grow with this person, and you can grow together. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you, but you guys will have to let me know below what you thought and if this resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so very much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, or those of you who chose this cute little mermaid baby, this is your pile, and we are going to go ahead and start with your tarot cards like always, and then get additional guidance from your oracle cards. Oh wow, I love this. And the fact that we have a Cups card, we have the Ace of Cups here. I was telling group 1 that how fitting that I selected the alien to put on their pile, and then I select the mermaid to go on your pile. It just seems very fitting, and I don't look at the cards before we get them all lined out. I just want to make sure that I like to be just as surprised as you guys are, and this is really fun when these little validations add up. So you yourself may be really drawn to mermaids, and that's why you were really drawn to this particular pile with this soulmate. So let's go ahead and get into this. So we have the Empress card, and of course the Ace of Cups, or Ace of Emotions. So with this Empress card, that's where we're going to start. And I love that I use this deck today because it tells another story beyond what your Rider-Waite Empress would tell us. So we'll get into that as well. But your traditional Empress is that motherly energy, that nurturing energy that just wants to teach and help people learn to love themselves. And this person has learned that self-love, where a lot of people are operating from this place of self-loathing or self-hatred. This person has learned to overcome that, and it hasn't been easy for them because they've really struggled with emotions and things going on in their family and their upbringing, to where they really had to work hard to overcome, because they really so easily could have gone so far the other way and just become somebody who just threw their life away and, gave up really early. But this person fought and worked really hard to overcome their emotions and not get jaded by the world. That's what I'm really hearing. This person is not world weary. This person has a purpose. This person, I'm getting crown tingles now. Here we go. Didn't happen in group 1, but it's happening now already. I love it. But what I'm really seeing is this person, anytime life kicks them down or they're beaten down in some way, they're not like your average person that will go pout for hours on end or days on end or years on end and just never want to get back up. This person will allow themselves to feel that emotion, but then they get right back up and they're ready to work even harder, to dig in even deeper and make their dreams a reality, is really what I'm seeing. But the Empress card is a very creative card. It is that ultimate creation energy. Next to the Magician, in my opinion, the Empress is very creative, because the Empress in a lot of decks is represented by a pregnant mother, an expectant mother, and the ultimate form of creation, and here come the chills again, the ultimate form of creation on this planet is giving birth. I mean, the Empress is the epitome of a creator on this planet. So this person is highly creative. Whether they are a male or a female, they still have that very beautiful divine feminine energy at the ready to help them channel from the divine really beautiful works of art, music, even creating children. Even if they are the male, contributing to a child, they are still helping create that child. So it absolutely is still a form of creation. But this Empress is just really reminding me that they want to take care of people. And when I think mother, the planet that really stands out most to me is the moon, or Cancer energy, which we had going on in pile 1 as well. But it's like a major part of group 2 going on. And intuition is another thing I associate with the moon. But again, moon, moody. This person can be moody at times, but really who can't, right? But this person's, like I said, they allow themselves to feel their emotions, and then they pull up their bootstraps and they get right back to work. But what's really standing out to me is all these different planets. We've got Earth, we've got Saturn. I want to say that's Venus. I want to say maybe that's Mercury. I'm not sure exactly, but and I'm getting feelings that this is Jupiter, even though it's almost see-through here. But I'm also seeing other planets maybe that I can't really say that's this planet or that planet. So this person could be from planets beyond Earth, but astrology may be really important to this person, or your astrology really lines up with this person's chart. Your chart, their chart are beautiful together. But again, going back to that Empress energy, that motherly energy, this person may have their moon conjunct important planets within their chart, or in their first house, or you may have planets conjunct their moon. Like I see their moon and your Jupiter. That's kind of a vibe we had going on in group 1. But I also see a moon and Venus conjunction. This person could have the moon and Venus conjunction, or their moon could be in a Venus ruled sign, Libra or Taurus. And you may be like a Taurus ascendant yourself, and their moon lines up in your first house, which, is really beautiful. But I'm feeling all the feels with you guys, with this person. They are, like I was saying, very emotional but creative, because both the Empress and the Ace of Cups are very, very creative cards to get in a reading, and you got 2 very creative cards, so it's like doubly creative. This person is naturally talented in whatever it is they do, and they may even try something for the first time and just be like a natural at it, and you're like, no, you're a ringer, you lied, you really knew how to play pool, or you really knew how to paint, and you're just saying you never painted before or played pool before, and they're like, no, I swear I've never played. But obviously they're a natural. So this person is just very multi-level creativity, like multi-talented is the word I'm getting. And just people might look at this person and just be like, how are you even in this world? You're so otherworldly, you're so out of this world. And mermaids, maybe that's why you were drawn to this pile. Mermaids are, something out of this world. Some people agree that maybe we do have mermaids in our waterways that we don't know about. Maybe they're interdimensional or multidimensional beings that can disappear instantly when they see humans around, because there have been sightings of different types of mermaids. Of course, they probably don't look quite like this. They're probably more fish-like than human-like, but they may have human-like traits. But, this person may have lived on a planet where they were a mermaid or some sort of water being, where they live primarily in the water. Or this person is really drawn to water. This person loves, we've got a starfish, we've got some tropical looking fish here. So this is more tropical type of water I'm feeling, because I also see here we've got lemon trees, and to me, I live in Montana, and I don't think we can grow lemon trees here. So this feels more warm and tropical type of waters, lakes, rivers, oceans especially. Oceans are, to me, the ultimate meaning of emotion. And moon, some people contest that the moon doesn't actually control the tides, but other people think it does, so whatever resonates for you. But to me, moon and ocean, moon and tides, moon and emotions really go hand in hand. So this person absolutely also could have their moon in a water sign, or in the 4th, 8th, or 12th house, because those are the original water houses. So, again, with these 2 cards paired together, very, very intuitive. And I just heard, it's funny because in a lot of my more recent who is your future spouse readings and who is your soulmate readings that I've done here, a lot of people see themselves. They're like, I'm not getting a reading about a soulmate, you're reading me. And the reason that is, and I would comment on many different people's comments, the reason that is because You are a mirror, a beautiful mirror of this person you're calling in, or this soulmate that you're asking about or wanting to know more about. You're a perfect mirror of this person. That's why you see yourself so much in these readings. And also, I heard twin flame. So much like group 1, we had some twin flame action going on there. We could absolutely have some twin flame action going on here. So, this person may just want to be near water, be near nature. They love swimming, obviously, with this mermaid here and the fish. They are out of this world. They come from other worlds and they love the water. Like, those are the two really big things I'm seeing about their personality. But one thing about this with the motherly energy and then this Ace of Emotions, Ace of Cups, is this person will bring up long buried, repressed emotions within the people around them. And especially if you are with this person, dating them, married to them, eventually, however it shakes out, this person will dig up and pull scabs off old wounds that you thought had been healed. Repressed emotions especially is what I'm hearing. But this is a gift that this person is offering you. Even if you are absolutely pissed off at them for reopening that wound, you think, I healed this and now you've triggered me. Well, the fact that you got triggered tells you that maybe you put a band-aid over that gunshot wound and you weren't as healed as you thought. Because a lot of times healing comes in cycles where we think, okay, I've let this person go, or I've healed this wound, and then it comes back around and it's re-triggered or reopened or rehashed in some way, and then you got to do the work again, and you think, oh, yep, I overcame that, I've overcome that, I've healed from it, and then nope, something scrapes against it again, and time to re-heal again. So to me, healing comes in cycles, healing comes in waves, and this person is a beautiful way for you to heal from your past and repressed emotions and even past lives. If you feel you've had a really good life in this life, but you still feel wounded in ways and triggered in ways you don't understand, this could be past life stuff you've brought into this life to be healed. And this person's going to be great at helping you heal those things. Okay, so let's get some guidance from our numinous cards here. Oh, this is cool. This really adds to what I was saying, and that I love when this happens. It's funny too, because with all this water energy and this motherly energy, I knew we had to have some, fire in there, because I could tell this person was, Aries here, the radical. This person still has something to offer that's not just lovey-dovey and emotional. This person is fun. There's someone who loves to start, that self-starter. They love to start things. And, they may not always finish what they start, but they love starting new things. And, they're very active. So Mars may be, in their 6th house. That's someone who's very active and maybe an athlete as well. Mars in the 10th house, because we do have 10th house, we have 2nd house. This person is all about making sure the people around them are taken care of, not just emotionally, especially emotionally, but also materially. This person wants to take care of their parents, want to take care of their siblings if they have them. They want to take care of their cousins, their aunts, their uncles, and of course their significant other and any children they have. They want to be able to provide, whether they're male or female. They want to provide and be that breadwinner. And a lot of times if you're a male watching this and attracted to a female, that might be a little bit intimidating, but this is nothing to be intimidated about. This person just has this drive to take care of people. With this 2nd house here, that 2nd house of your chart rules the material world and assets and possessions and your finances and even your talents. What was I saying about being multi-talented? This person's got a beautiful 2nd house. They may have Jupiter in the 2nd house, really expanding their assets, or Jupiter in the 10th house, really expanding their reputation and their career. But to me, the 2nd, 10th, and 11th houses all really work together to create stability in your life, your career, and making your wishes, your hopes, your dreams come true. Those 3 houses to me really work together to do that. And I know we don't have 11th house on here, but I am getting 11th house vibes that, we do have Saturn here, which rules the original 11th house of a horoscope. Especially if you're an Aries ascendant, it would rule the 11th and 10th houses. So This person could be an Aries ascendant with very heavy 2nd or 10th house. The way that their chart is lined out is very unique, is really what I'm seeing, but they could have prominent placements or their ascendant in Aries, a sun in Aries, a moon in Aries, but I'm still feeling their moon is more watery, or even Venus, Taurus or Libra energy with their moon. This is a general reading, so it is going to run the gamut, but with 10th house, this person's career is, how other people know or recognize them. This person is very well known in their circle of, in their line of work or their field that they're in. If they are someone who's into entertainment, they're really well known. If there's someone who's into IT or computers or medical field, financial sector, all of that, this person's very well known as someone who really knows what they're doing and who is dang good at their job. This person has a good reputation. They, even though it says here the radical, this person may stand out, but it's not in a way that seems radical to people, because we have all of this up here to really balance it out, that this person may use their unique way of doing things, their unique way of dressing, their unique way of doing business to really bring people in and attract people to them to do business. In my local area, there's a realtor, and there are many, many realtors here in my area, but this person, they have this gimmick or this thing they do where they wear really funky socks, and every billboard this person's on, their socks are like front and center, like it's just a thing. So it's a way, it's kind of kitschy and all of that, but it's a way people will instantly recognize. And that's what this reminds me of, is this person's got something that is kind of a gimmick for them, or a unique area of the way they look or their personality that really shines, this shining right from that heart chakra and their solar plexus area. This person shines in such a way that people just, moth to a flame. They're really drawn to this person. But mostly what I'm getting is this person can really, get ish done. They are active. They make things happen. They have a lot of assets and a really good reputation. Their career is, if they're in a career type of field, they are, if they're not already at the top of their career, that is their ultimate goal, to reach the very top, tippy top of their career or their field. CEOs and, architects, and, I just see someone with really big dreams, desires. And it's not just that they're dreaming them, they're bringing and they're grounding that with the second house. They're grounding that material wealth and possessions and finances and security. They're just grounding that security into the world with that Aries, with that 10th house, that Capricorn energy. It is very earth energy. They ground and bring that stuff from dream to reality. It's just what I keep seeing and hearing. But this person may be an authority figure. If they are in the military, they are someone a lot of other people report to, or if they're in a corporate type of job, a lot of people report to this person. And the 10th house a lot of times will represent the patriarchy. But if this person is, a man or a male energy, they feel, to me, balancing out with what they've got going on up here with this Empress and Ace of Emotions, they'll look on the outside as a representation of the patriarchy, but when you look at the way they do business, the way they treat people, the way they're taking care of those below them and beside them, you realize this is someone who is helping the divine feminine rise to be able to balance out those divine masculine and divine feminine, or the patriarchy or the matriarchy. They're trying to balance this out, and they're doing a great job of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some more guidance. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start with our Romance Angels cards here, and we have the Chemistry card. It says there is a strong magnetic attraction here, and I think that goes without saying. With this Aries here, this person's not afraid to show who they are. This person is someone who, people are very attracted to, both in business and I think in looks as well. But just their energy, their personality is very attractive. So if at first glance you don't look at them and fall head over heels in love, it's their personality that really brings you in, because this person, it's like they're the whole package. That's what I just heard. They look good, they act good, they feel good, they just are good. They come from somewhere, higher evolved soul, an old soul that came back here to make the world a better place, much like we were talking about in group 1. But this person just wants to make the world better. And, especially we do have this happily ever after card here. So again, like group 1, you guys, this is potential for lifelong partnership with this potential soulmate here. This is someone you could see yourself settling down with, and it's not like that type of relationship where like, well, we've been together 5 years, I guess we might as well do this thing and just be together forever. And then, this is still very exciting. 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, you're still excited to be with this person. This person's still keeping things fresh and new and fun for you, and you for them as well. And then with this free yourself card, it says it's time to take back control of your life. So this person may have worked really hard, like I was saying earlier. It wasn't for, they could have really gone the wrong way. But this person chose from an early time, an early point in their life, to be something better than what they came from. And they did free themselves, and they took back control of their own life. They don't want to, much like a lot of Capricorn or 10th house energy, that's that patriarchy, wanting to exert your control over someone. But no, with all of this beautiful divine feminine energy that's going on above here, this person's balancing that out. They don't want control over other people. They want control over their own life. So in effect, they can help other people to allow them to understand they can control their own. They're not someone who wants control or to exert their control over people, which there are a lot of people out there like that, but this person is definitely not that way. Then with this forgiveness card, it says, holding on to resentment and anger is preventing or even suffocating your spiritual growth. Resentment is one of the strongest and most damaging of human emotions. The act of forgiveness in its own right is equally incredibly powerful and has the capacity to heal and transform. So with this Aries energy, that fire energy, and what I was talking about, this person bringing out those repressed emotions within you, this person may still have some repressed emotions from childhood that they're still dealing with and figuring out, but eventually, as they, go through life, they will get this stuff figured out. They will forgive those who they feel have done wrong them. They will free themselves. And forgiveness is a great way to free yourself. It's something you do for yourself, not for the person you're forgiving. So this person may have, and especially a father figure in their life, may really have some soul searching to do as far as that relationship goes in their life to heal that wound, whether that father has passed away or that father's still in their life, whether they have what they would consider on the surface a really good relationship with that father. There may have been things that happened between them and their father in the past that they're still working through and will continue to work through for a great deal of their life. It's just kind of one of those things they're here to learn to do, is to forgive for what's been done in the past. Then we have the warrior card. So this person, they're not that warrior that's going to barge in and just, kicking ass and taking names type of person. Pairing it with that 10th house, it really could have gone that way. But we don't have the Mars card here on the board. We've got that beautiful Empress and we've got that Ace of Cups to help me know that this is not the type of person they are with this warrior card. They're more that strength and skill and discipline to get the job done, that toughness of will to, overcome what has happened to them. Of course, they still have some work to do. We all do. But for the most part, they're that person. They dust themselves off, do the bootstraps back up, and get to work. Like I was saying, in this warrior card, really, that's the warrior I'm talking about. Not the warrior going in and, just creating mass chaos. This person is a hero to a lot of people. A lot of people look up to this person, and it's almost like in a self-sacrificing way, because they are really working to conquer that ego. And when they can really get in touch with the forgiveness, their ego, it's almost like they have a major ego death or spiritual awakening that transforms them. But that doesn't mean that they step down from that 10th house reputation, that career, and all the responsibilities once they overcome the ego. It's just they're giving that even healthier dose of balancing out that patriarchy and the matriarchy to make it a more balanced way of living. So then with this Child Divine card, I mean, again, I can see the two of you having children if you haven't already, or eventually having children, or just creating some sort of legacy together. But this person, you know, maybe had to grow up really early because maybe they were helping their family, their mother or their parents, financially, or doing a lot of chores around the house to help, you know, pick up some slack where maybe if the mother was working. I do feel, because we had a really strong matriarchy energy coming into this with the Empress, that maybe they did grow up without the father, and that's why that forgiveness with the father is there, that mother was the one giving all the love, creating all of the finances and material goods, and the father really wasn't helping out in that regard. But if that doesn't resonate, it just could be emotionally that the father wasn't helping out in the emotional department, because that mother energy is so strong, and this person probably has a really good relationship with their mother. But as far as looks go, this person may have, so if we're going to talk about the more masculine features first, they may like to have facial hair or sideburns, or like a goatee or a little beard. I don't think it's like a long unkempt beard or anything like that, but maybe even kind of longer, shaggier kind of hairdo. But then I also see a more close cropped hair for the masculines here. Tall and muscular build is really what I'm getting for most of these guys. And also just maybe a little more to love. A more soft build or physique, but very tall is still very tall. But then for women, I'm seeing a lot of straight brown hair. We've got some kind of golden colored hair here. We've got pink hair, so this person may like to dye their hair. Pretty simple dress. I don't see anything too crazy, but this person here does have some tattoos, like a sleeve. They've got a heart tattoo right in the center of their chest. So this person may have tattoos or really want to have tattoos. Or even just wanting to kind of dress like a rebel a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but like leather jackets and a lot of black clothing. That's really what I'm seeing for that. But then, you know, with the feminine, we were kind of talking about the hair color and stuff, but the voice. This person's voice, this is really just standing out to me now. This person has a very melodic or commanding kind of voice, but not in a way where you're scared. It's more a way where it almost hypnotizes you. Just beautiful voice. But again, I did want to touch on that happily ever after card. We kind of touched on it earlier. This person has been through a lot, I think, but they didn't let it overtake them and have them go the wrong way. This person is still willing to get down to work and work on any issues that are going on in their life or in your relationship. This person wants to be that provider, and, you know, both emotionally and materialistically, they want to provide for those they love, which I've already talked about quite a few times. But it's like they are just looking out over their kingdom with such pride and happiness. It's not ego, it's a sense of pride and happiness and love and joy. But, you know, innocence, going back to who they were as a child. They may have come into this life with gifts. Maybe they are still very psychically attuned or tapped in. But this person is a very pure soul, someone who came here for redemption, you know, pairing that up with that warrior card. But there's a special connection with this person to the divine, with their intuition. Maybe they have spirit guides they work with and talk about, or as a child, imaginary friends. But this person's really tapped in. I think they always have been, is really what's standing out. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys, but you will have to let me know below what you thought, if this resonated, if you think you already know this person, or if you don't. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. Alright, bye! Alright, group number 3, let's go ahead and find out some information about your soulmate. And the first 2 piles went really in depth, so I'm going to go ahead and do the same for pile 3. And we're going to go ahead, as always, and start with our tarot cards and get additional guidance from the oracle cards. Okay, so let me just really get a look at this and see what I'm seeing here. So, okay. So with this 2 of Voices, this is that card in the tarot, all about indecision and really not knowing which way to go. But yet at the same time, there is this sort of silent intuition that I always see within the, the traditional Two of Swords, where the person's got the blindfold on, they've got the swords crossed with them there. And it's like, they're blindfolded, but their hands aren't tied. They could easily take that blindfold off and make that choice. And with that silent intuition, this person knows deep down what they need to do, what steps they need to take, what actions, what relationships they should get into, and which ones they should get out of. This person knows deep down what to do. And it's not until that they really check in with that intuition that they finally make that decision. So a lot of times you'll ask this person, well, what do you want to do? And they're like, I don't know. You'll hear that a lot from this person. I don't know. And it's not that they don't know, because deep down I think they do, and even on a conscious level, a lot of times I think they do know what they want to do. They just want to really work it out in their head from all angles and really figure out, so if I did make this choice, what would this look like? What would that look like? How would this be affected? And they really overanalyze, with those voices, those swords, that's mental energy. They really want to overanalyze sometimes what it is they plan to do and what it is they want to do for a living. This person may have changed majors or, gone to different trade schools or colleges and changed majors like 15 times, or they like to change jobs really frequently because I think they get bored. They really do, because these people are, they want to be mentally stimulated, they don't want everything to be easy and monotonous. They want to be able to get in and, intricately figure out a puzzle or put all pieces together like a detective, or some sort of wanting to solve a mystery is really how I see this person. So they may really be into like unsolved mysteries or cold cases, very 8th house energy and even 12th house energy with this person. So they may have a lot of planets in the 8th or 12th house, but they just, it's almost to me, Scorpio energy. They're not afraid to get their hands dirty with the shadow side and the deeper or darker aspects of life. This person isn't afraid to dive into that, because this person isn't all love and light. This person likes a little bit of drama in their life, is what I'm hearing. They don't like it when everything's perfect and la-di-da. They like to have something to chew on mentally. They like to have a problem that they can solve, because it makes them feel really good when they can overcome an issue or solve a problem. So, if they had a fairy godmother that came in today and said, I will take all of your problems away. You can win the lottery and buy every house you've ever wanted, every car you've ever wanted, every wish you've ever had will be granted at the snap of a finger. And this person would be like, get the heck out of here. I'm busy. Like, get out. Like, I got things to do. This person wouldn't want it all handed to them. They love the chase. They love figuring out the puzzles and making the pieces fit. They like trying to figure out, even if they are on their like last dime in their bank account, they like to figure out, how am I going to put food on the table next week? And, for most people, they're like, I don't want to have to sit and figure that out. I just want to know that it's taken care of. Kind of like group 2, they wanted to make sure everything was taken care of. But this pile, it's almost like a challenge to them that they're going to overcome. Almost, I'm seeing that life to them is like a video game. And it's like, yeah, they don't mind if they lose, 100 times in level 1. They're going to keep coming at it from maybe a different angle, trying a different technique or different strategy. And they will eventually figure it out. But they are very tuned in to that Lilith energy. So wherever that Lilith is, that dark Lilith is in their chart, is a very, a point of focus for them, a point of focus where their purpose is concerned. And they love the mystery stuff. They love the chase. This person seems really fun to hang out with and just have a deep conversation with about, all the different strategies, or how did Ted Bundy get away with murdering all those people, or how did the BTK killer get away with it, and just talking. Not that this person would ever want to murder, but it's just that, like criminology and the human psychology, like it really fascinates them how people can be compelled to do things. Because this person's very, very curious about the taboo things in life, is really what I'm hearing. And they may even want to try things that aren't quite illegal but aren't quite, widely accepted. The more taboo things like maybe plant medicine or mushrooms, or maybe sneaking into an abandoned psychiatric hospital just to look around, even though it's considered trespassing. They're not there to take anything or vandalize. They just want to get a look. They're curious. That's really what I'm seeing with this person. But then with this Ace of Materials or Ace of Pentacles, to me it's like they just love a new beginning. They love a fresh start, but they don't tend to always finish what they started unless it's something they're so passionate about. Like I was saying about that mystery, that cold case. They will follow every last clue of that mystery or cold case until they come to or reach that conclusion. But, if it's something they're not passionate about, they may be passionate to start, but when that fire burns out, that's why I see them maybe changing jobs a lot. That fire might burn out, and then they're like, I want to find a new fire to stoke and create with. So they'll go searching for something new and fun that way. But also, really what I'm seeing too is, that I forgot to mention with the Two of Voices, or Two of Swords, is they have very opposite ways that, like, their life could look totally radically different if they chose this way as opposed to this way. But it's like they have a way of just always, I see it in quotes in my head, like ending up. Like, where did you end up? They always end up exactly where they need to be. And it almost looks like, how did you even get from point A to point B? It's like you took like 4 roundabouts, you twisted up this way off into the hills, and then you came back down by the ocean, and then, whereas most people would kind of, do one of these moves, kind of as straight a path as possible to get where they're going. But this person's, all about the twists and turns and scenic routes, and this person isn't looking for the easy way to do anything, which can be frustrating for you, I think, at times, because I feel like maybe you are someone who likes things more concrete and a plan in place and constructed. But again, with the Ace of Materials, it's like they want to plant roots, but a lot of times they kind of get cold feet about roots, and they bring those roots up and want to plant them somewhere else. So they may really think, okay, I want to settle down here, I want to do this and do that and plant a future. But then it's like partway through with all their twists and turns, they're like, maybe I don't. Let's uproot, let's pull all these up and plant them somewhere else. Is really what I'm seeing with this person. But that doesn't mean that they, with this earth energy, with the Ace of Materials, that doesn't mean that they can't create abundance in their life, because these guys are amazing manifestors. Like I said, they'd rather do the work and figure out the puzzle and do the challenge than have the lottery won and handed to them with the fairy godmother. But they have, just in what they do and who they are, an absolutely massive potential for prosperity. And, depending on where we were saying where they would end up with this Two of Voices, they can go the route where they give away all their belongings and just travel the world with just the backpack on their back. Or they can really amass, like I'm seeing it almost like a museum, like a home that's got like priceless relics and, 15 different cars in a like underground garage. Like, this person has the potential to, live with just the shirt on their back, or to have stupid wealth. But again, part of life for them is just the game of, maybe even just giving everything away and starting over, like that new beginning we were talking about, because it's fun. Once they really reach the end of that game, they went through all the levels and beat the game. Well, they don't want to start over on the same game and go through the levels. That's boring. They want a whole new game to start fresh on. And even if that means giving away a lot of possessions to do that, they want to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some guidance from our Numinous Tarot. Or, not tarot, our Numinous Oracle card deck, whatever you want to call it. Oh, wow, this is interesting. Okay, and I don't know. So in Vedic astrology, which is what I follow, we don't do a lot of, there are a lot of aspects, but quincunx is more of a Western astrology, tropical astrology term. But as far as I remember, just watching a Joni Patri, she's an astrologer here on YouTube, I watched a video of her talking about quincunx, and for Libra, or for any sign. I'm a Libra ascendant, so of course I took it from the Libra standpoint. The quincunx position for Libra would have been Pisces 6th house, Taurus 8th house. And of course that would be that way for every sign. So that 6-8 relationship, which is hilarious that you also got the 6th house and the 8th house with the quincunx. But I think it was something about the 5th house from a sign or a something. But if you're interested in looking up what this means, it says here complexity, and to me it probably is pretty complex. But from what I understood with this quincunx is, if you have planets in quincunx of each other, it's a difficulty, it's a puzzle, it's something that mystifies your mind or contradicts or clashes, which, I mean, you can't make this stuff up with this Two of Voices. What I was getting, this person loves that mystery, that puzzle. They love to almost miss the mark so they can take the scenic route to get there eventually, is really what I'm seeing with this complexity card here. And this person they can adjust. It's like they can take anything that's thrown at them and adjust, because that's part of the fun, part of the puzzle, part of the mystery, is not knowing, again, how they're going to put food on the table next week if they have a dime left in their bank account. But it's very transformational energy, because with this 8th house, this person can get deep. Like, it's so funny because I was talking very Scorpio or 8th house and 12th house energy with this Two of Voices. This card really spoke to me. I really got some information from this person with this specific deck, but I'm glad I used my Muse Tarot today instead of my Rider-Waite or my Witch, Modern Witch, because the intricate and what's the word I'm looking, eccentric pictures they use in this have really helped me hone in on this soulmate of yours' energy. But this 6-8 relationship, you guys may have quincunx planets of your own with this person in your birth chart versus theirs, or they could have a lot of those positions in their own chart, but they may have very heavy 6th and 8th house, lots of planets in their 6th or 8th house, or they may have a Virgo ascendant or a Scorpio ascendant, or moon or sun in Scorpio or Virgo as well. But this person, the 8th house is all about investments and sex and the taboo things, the mysteries of life, and even Kundalini energy. So this person may be really into awakening that Kundalini energy and practicing Tantra or Kundalini yoga. But this person is just obsessed with mysteries and secrets. And they may even have, I'm just seeing this person, they have heard from a couple different family members, maybe an aunt or an uncle had done something, but there's no real solid proof. This person will go online and look on Ancestry.com and, ask friends of friends of friends from years back and try to get to the bottom of a mystery, a family mystery. Maybe even the, legitimacy or wanting to know if someone is their half-sibling. Maybe they have an intuition that they have a secret sibling they don't know about, that they're going to get to the bottom and find out, well, is that person my half-sibling? Something like that. Just very, very in-depth. This person wants to dive deep, dig deep. But this person may almost go on the verge of, and it's not the intent of stalking, they're not stalking someone because they want to, hurt them or, try to own them in some way. They may be, I just see them stalking information, stalking, trying to find out where someone's at, but they're not using this information to hurt someone. So don't take it like this person's a stalker or anything like that. This person just may do a lot of research online, looking through Facebook profiles or online profiles to try to get information about people, but it's not that they're trying to use this information as blackmail or hurt anybody. They just want to know the truth. That's what I'm seeing. So there may be at times that this person had gone, like I was saying about trespassing in that old abandoned place, to just out of curiosity. They weren't looking to vandalize, they weren't looking to take anything. So this person may really walk that line of what's legal and what's not. Morally, is this right, is this wrong? And they may overstep that line at times into illegal or immoral, but the intentions behind their stepping over that aren't bad. they're pretty pure intentions. So I'm not trying to like make excuses for this person, but I don't see them as some vindictive person trying to stalk someone to get information. It feels like they just want that peace of mind to know the truth of something. That's what it is. And they don't have that tendency to hurt anybody, so don't worry about that. They're not looking to hurt anybody. They're just looking to seek the truth in their own mind, in their own life. But with this 6th house, that very Virgo energy they have going on, very earth energy as well, 2 earth energies here. This person isn't afraid to put in that hard work like we were talking about, but the details, with the puzzles and the complexity of this quincunx card and what we were talking about with the 2 of voices, this person loves the details of things. They could really get lost in the details and almost, lose the forest for the trees kind of vibe, where they're not looking at big picture. They're so intertwined in the details, they almost lose the big picture at times. But at the same time, I do see this person who, 6th house is usually ordered and meticulous and, almost OCD at times about how they want to keep things in order. But I see this person almost opposite, where things are everywhere, but yet they still know where everything is. It's kind of weird how I'm picking that up when normally Virgo's very perfectionists. They just want to have everything where it goes. But this person to me feels like everything has its place. It just may be kind of more scattered than your more detail-oriented and methodical types of Virgos. But they still know where things are. But their health, it may be very important to them. They may have worked a lot in their life to overcome specific health issues or injuries. Playing sports, they may have had an injury that they still deal with, but they are looking more alternative medicine or natural medicine or energy healing. This is what this person's into, because remember, they don't want the easy way, which, not saying allopathic medicine is the easy way, because a lot of times allopathic medicine will mask the symptom to make you feel like you're cured, but the problem is still persisting. It's just you don't feel it or see it or hear it as much. So this person's looking to dive deep and get to the root of their health issue, which usually means energy healing, trying to figure out what the spiritual meaning of their illness or someone's ailment is. Just trying to find the mystery behind why the person's ill. Not just, oh, I'm ill, let me treat it, but why did I get ill in the first place? What is this trying to show me? That's what this person's all about. So health could be really important to them. They may themselves be energy healers or looking to heal the planet in some way. But they are very skilled and methodical, like I was saying, in their research, in their detective skills. They, even in their day-to-day work life, they're very skilled in what they do. But it's those skills and how skilled and meticulous that they are that they get bored if it's the same thing every day. And that's why they want to change things up a lot and have a whole new set of instructions, a whole new set of puzzles to figure out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get more information. So as far as this person goes, how I was saying, at times they, it's fun for them to almost figure out how they're going to put a meal on the table next week when they don't have much money. But they have the feeling safe card here. So even if they are okay with just feeling out of bounds, out of control with things, they still want their significant other and those around them to feel safe. They have this, they want to take care of you. They want to make you feel safe and enveloped in their love is really what I'm hearing. And with this children card, I think it's after this person has children, if they choose to do so, that they really start seeing that maybe I should leave some of the roots that I've planted instead of trying to pull them all up and plant them somewhere else all the time. When those children come, that's when they're going to really want to create some stability in their life and not just throw it all away to start over. They'll still want to keep stability, but they'll still have that spirit of wanting to find something new to puzzle over and to really have their, that mental, chewing. They want to chew on mental stuff. They just always love to be thinking about things and trying to figure things out. But then with this, stay optimistic about your love life. It says positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So this person may at times, in their research, they may come across things, or just in their way of thinking and overthinking things, they may overthink themselves into something bad happening. So they at times need to really remind themselves to stay positive, especially about their love life and about you, if you're that person in their life at the time, to keep balanced in their knowing that you love them and them knowing that they love you, and just being positive that things are going well in their love life. They don't need to shake their love life up to have fun in life. They can still go after their mysteries and kind of almost self-sabotage their life to start over without self-sabotaging their relationships. But again, I think that's something that this person's going to learn over time. Maybe many of their past relationships are things that they've self-sabotaged because they felt too stuck or too grounded in that relationship that they needed to fly away and find their own piece of a puzzle again, is really what I'm seeing. But I feel like once they get to know you, they settle down on that a little bit to where they can still be flighty with all the other things in their life, but they're very stable with you and a family that you create with them. Then we have the Be Proud card. It says it's time to celebrate all that you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and be proud. And I think that's a really important lesson for this person to be learning throughout their life, because they're so busy out chasing something new, doing something new, accomplishing new things, to where they don't a lot of times look back on the past unless there's a mystery involved and something they want to solve, a problem they want to solve. But a lot of times they don't look back on the past of the good things they've accomplished, the good things that have happened to them, the good things they have in their life. A lot of times they just skip right over that. And that's why that stay optimistic about your love life card, I think, is so important, where you're going to be that grounding force in their life to remind them to be grateful for what they've done, what they have, what they've accomplished. And, you're going to help them do that. And that's going to be a major lesson you're teaching this person. And they're going to teach you as well to be proud of what you've accomplished and to see how amazing you are. So then with this Martyr card, it says here, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. So at times, the shadow attribute, addiction to self-pity, this person could look like and act like a martyr to people, but they themselves, in their own, that secret intuition they got going on, they're not wanting to be a martyr, but they may just appear to others as a martyr at times. But, again, being proud of what they've done, learning to transcend the nature of service to oneself or a cause, that's lessons they're learning when you come into their life. Then with the Midas Miser card, entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, like we were talking about, delight in sharing life's riches, or hoarding money and emotions, obsessing fear of losing your wealth, which this person's not that shadow attribute. They are those ones that would easily and happily just give it all away if it meant they could start something new. So that shadow attribute doesn't really resonate for me for this person. But they could live their lives almost as someone, gone from Midas back to, rags to riches, and then back to rags, like I was saying. But you are going to help be a stability for this person. Because I think a lot of times this person may not spend their money wisely, and it may not be like their choice of giving the money away and not having money. It just may be the way they spend, the way they go into debt and all of that. But you're here to balance them out as far as helping them see that they don't have to, spend all their money just to have that fresh start. They can, still cultivate that, plant those roots of a nice, healthy bank account while still going after something new and chasing their information and figuring out their puzzles. They don't have to burn every bridge or give it all away to be able to start something new, or to be able to have a new project to, ruminate on or to enjoy. So as far as looks go, this person, there are a lot of lighter brown and blonde colored hair. And to me, this woman here, if you're asking about a more feminine energy, this woman to me looks a lot like the singer Jewel. Of course, we can't see her eyes very well, but her nose and mouth just remind me of the singer Jewel. Very beautiful, and I think she's got kind of blue-green eyes if I'm not mistaken. So blue-green eyes are really standing out for the females. Lighter colored hair up to kind of a darker brown. We've got black hair here, and if it's a man we're asking about, we've got dark coily hair here. We've got red hair, orange hair here. We've got kind of a blondish brown here. And again, general reading, the looks are going to vary widely because so many different people are coming in to watch this. It's more the energy of their personality and what they do in the world that I think brought you guys here than, ooh, what does my soulmate look like? What color eyes do they have? But it's also a fun bonus to know what they look like. And then we also have another more melanated looking guy here with that dark coily hair. So this person could be melanated, and this person may get comments on how beautiful and smooth their skin is, how youthful they look. This person does look very youthful for their age. Even when they're young, they may be mistaken for way younger than they actually are. It's really, and it might actually kind of upset them. It's like, I'm 21. Why do people keep thinking I'm 12? But you know, as you get older, you start to appreciate that more than you would if you were, 18 hoping to pass for 25. But yes, this person feels very fun. This is probably the most unique person's energy I've ever read in a general reading before. So you will have to let me know below if this resonated for you, for the person, if you already know this person, or if you don't know them yet, if this sounds like someone you really want to get to know. This was so interesting. I want to know this person because this sounds like my cup of tea with my Mercury in the 8th house. I want to know this person. I want to talk to this person about all the puzzles and mysteries of life that they know about. It's so cool. So you guys, you will have to let me know below what you thought and if this resonated. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye.